Episode 26. If the Sabbath was erased, why does Jesus still judge the world by the Ten Commandments? Key text, James 2:12. So speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. If the Sabbath was erased at the cross, why does the Bible say we'll still be judged by the Ten Commandments, the very law that includes the fourth? James 2:12 warns, So speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. Now, some may try to twist law of liberty into something symbolic or new. But just 2 verses earlier, James 2:10-11, makes it crystal clear what law he's referring to. For he that said, Do not commit adultery, said also, Do not kill. That's the 10 Commandments. So let's be honest. If the 10 Commandments are the standard of judgment, then the 4th commandment, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, is still part of that standard. No one is getting judged by man-made traditions. No one will be evaluated by denominational customs. We will all stand before Christ and be judged by God's eternal law, all 10 of them. Now let's confront the lie. Many say, we are under grace, not law. Yes, we are saved by grace. But grace is not a license to sin. Romans 6:1-2 makes that clear. Shall we continue in sin, that grace may abound? God forbid. And what is sin? 1 John 3:4 says, Sin is the transgression of the law. So if the Sabbath commandment was truly abolished, then it couldn't be sin to break it. But if we are still judged by the 10 Commandments, then Sabbath breaking is still transgression, still sin, still rebellion against the authority of God. Let's take it further. If the Sabbath was removed from the law, then the 10 Commandments would collapse into 9. But there's no scripture where God amends the law. There's no verse where Jesus edits the stone tablets. There's no revelation that deletes the 4th and installs Sunday worship in its place. On the contrary, Ecclesiastes 12:13-14 says, Fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man, for God shall bring every work into judgment. Which commandments? The same ones that define what sin is, the same ones that Jesus magnified in his teachings, the same ones that are summarized by love. If you love me, keep my commandments. John 14:15. Now, ask yourself, can you truly say you love Christ while discarding his holy day? Would you stand before the judgment seat of Christ and say, Lord, I loved you, but I didn't keep the day you sanctified, blessed, and called holy. My pastor said it didn't matter. That excuse won't stand, because Jesus already said, In vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Mark 7:7. Sunday worship is man's commandment. The Sabbath is God's commandment. And when judgment comes, only one standard will matter. What did God command, and did you obey it? Revelation 22:14 makes it final. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life. So I ask you, if Jesus will judge the world by the 10 Commandments, what makes you think the 4th doesn't apply to you? Because in the courtroom of heaven, God's law is still the law of the land.